All right, so now we're going to talk about setting up our custom audiences, not to be confused with custom conversions. So we'll select our navigation, and you can see our navigation will always bring up our top 4 most frequently used. My audiences are there, but just so you know, you'll go to All Tools. Underneath Assets will be Audiences. Now, when you toggle, anytime you switch between sections of Business Manager, you want to make sure it remains in the same account. We have a number of different accounts. Sometimes it can switch on you, and I have no idea why, but we want to make sure we're working in Coolstream 2. We'll keep it there. So this is how you set up your audiences. We'll set up 3 different ones. These have to be updated daily, so I'll show you that in a second, but we'll start with our first audience. We'll go to Create Custom Audience, and we'll base it off of website traffic, and then we'll go to people who visited specific pages, and much like the custom conversions, this is a similar process, but it's very different. We use these for building our audiences and potentially retargeting, so we know what layer or what level they landed at. So copy that URL, I'll come over, paste it, do it again, remove, come back to my spreadsheet, do the same thing for page 2. Again, reminder, I'll do this for 1003 and 1004 if I had them. Don't for example. Remove this out. Now I want to exclude. This is page 1. So think about a scenario where somebody lands on page 1, they don't make it to page 2. So they just click the page, essentially kick the tires, but leave. We want to know who that person is so we can retarget them if we want to. So we'll come back and we'll grab the application page, first URL for page 2, paste it. Again, we'll remove this. Then I'm going to come back, copy this. Very important that we do this exactly like I'm showing you here. Going to remove. What I do when I remove these, by the way, is I'll delete this and then I just come down here and click. It has some issues with how it'll highlight things. So we've got page 1, we're including anyone who lands on these pages. Page 2, we're excluding, so exclude people who landed on this page. So again, we're creating that audience. Now, these audiences are snapshots, as I mentioned. So if we're starting the campaign today, we'll put this in as day 1. And I'm just going to save this as demo, which would typically be our campaign, maybe have the location name in it. And we'll call it page 1, not 2 audience. And then we want to put the amount of days. So we'll put day 1, right? So we know, so I'm going to create that audience. Done. Now, every single day, first thing in the morning, what we do is we click this check mark, actions, edit. And on the next day, this will become day 2. This will become day 2. And then we'll update and we'll change this to 2. Day 3, day 4, as long as the campaign runs. These will only go back, so anything externally will go back 180 days, so 6 months. So anything outside of Facebook, anything within Facebook, like an audience built off a video or list, will go back a year, so 365 days. Now, this is all for campaigns that we're launching. You could have audiences that you want to take advantage of where the pixel has been placed and you're going to put 30 days or something like that. For this example, setting up new campaigns, we'll always start with the first day and move forward from there. Now, to set up the next audience, we'll go to custom audience, website traffic. So this will be the next layer down. Okay, so I'm going to come back and I'll include anybody who lands on page 2 but doesn't make it to page 3. So 1001, copy, back over here. Remove, okay, and then I'm going to exclude and people who visited specific web pages. Now I want to exclude anyone who landed on the thank you page. Move. Go back, copy the next page, go over, drop it again, move. So now we've got anyone who landed on page 2 but not 3, so they submitted at the opt-in form, but they didn't complete the application. So we have the campaign name, page 2, not 3, audience, and day 1. And then we want to make sure, change this, and much like the last one, we'll update it daily. All right, and then the last audience we want to include is, I guess it can come off a little confusing, but it shouldn't be. When we build our ad sets, which I'll show you in another demo, we need to exclude anyone who lands on this thank you page. But in here, within audiences, we're going to build it as an inclusion audience. So we want anybody who made it to the thank you page, but then we're going to actually exclude them from our ads so they don't continue to see them. This is so that we don't pay, like there's no reason to pay for somebody who's done what we needed them to do or achieve the goal. And also so that if we're doing some sort of opportunity ad, that they don't, if we say there's 5 spots and they continue to see the ad, they obviously will know that's not completely the truth. Move. So we're including anybody, so this will be campaign, thank you page, viewed. This will be 1. So all we do, create audience, and we're done. All right, on to the next one.